Okay, so today's job is to make an eccentric strap, similar to the brass part here. Unfortunately this one's a little bit too big, which somebody's donated to me, Len. That's too small, so you basically need to make one that's Goldilocks. Okay, so I've got the drawing here. Normally these would be made out of a casting. I don't have a casting, but I do have a chunk of gunmetal, and we'll take it from there. So we're making this from solid. Personally, I find making this kind of thing much easier if you just start with a square block, because the castings are extremely difficult to actually hold on to. So I think it's a lot easier just to start with just normal bar, to be honest. Sorry, casting suppliers. Okay, so that's the eccentric roughed out. Barely done any milling so far, really just to clean up that face and that face, which are the two that are going to stick together. That top face is done as well. And I've sort of started to cut out the shape of this weird side, but not yet. So the next thing I'm going to do is just mill these flats to the right size, and then I can drill through a tapping size. I'll probably see what size bolt this is and probably use the same sizes, I think. Okay, so that's those drilled and tapped, so that basically this is nice, one complete piece now. So I'm nearly finished on the milling operations. I just need to put a slot in here for the arm, and this piece, whatever it's called, eccentric arm maybe. So I need to put a slot in just to engage that. So I'm roughing out this attachment point for the arm, just using the bandsaw. I've decided I'm going to do mill the slot for this now while the milling machine's all set up and I've got it centred on the width. Okay, so now we need to start boring the hole in the eccentric. I usually, if I'm using a forger, I try and get it roughly set up on the bench. It's just a lot less faffing about, really. So I found an old bearing ring that's 45mm in the centre, so that'll just protect. Means that we won't come into the chuck when we're boring out. So. Okay, so that's the eccentric turned to width and bored out to size. So we just need to do a bit of filing now, just to get the final shape. So I've just used the hermaphrodite calipers, or odd leg calipers if you prefer, to just mark the curve that we need to follow. So the hacksaw has made short work of that, so it's made it much easier. Shouldn't take too long just to clean that up. I'm pleased with that. Okay, so I think that's as far as I'm going to go with the eccentric. I'm pretty pleased with how that's come out. It's always nice to produce something out of a raw bit of stock, and obviously gunmetal just come up quite shiny, which is nice. So just as a contrast, I've got a couple of others to show. So I'll be using this pump that Len rather nicely donated to the cause. So I'm pretty pleased with it. I did make a few minor mistakes. What I should have done is tap this side so that the head of the bolts is on this side, but I think I can still get to them, and I'm using socket head bolts, so they're a lot easier to install. And the second thing is that this is a bit shorter than the drawing, but as you can see there's plenty of slot there, and I'll probably, rather than rivet, which is what these ones are, I'll probably silver solder that part in. And and the final thing is that I actually made this diameter to exact size, when really you need a sliding fit, so I should have taken that out a few more tenths of a mil just until we had a nice sort of sloppy fit, like so it actually moves smoothly like lens one does. So I've just got to get some shim stock, and I'll just literally shim out this by few thou, and then it will be okay to put on the logo. So I hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe, leave comments if you use different methods to what I've done. It's always interesting to hear how other people approach tasks, and yeah, or just to let me know you've enjoyed the video. I always respond to all the comments, so look forward to hearing from you. So see you in the next one.